What is going on, guys? My name is Forge here on this channel, Mr. Supply Drops. Today, it's another day with more problems from Call of Duty. Today, this is something I luckily, knock on wood, did not have to deal with, but I saw a whole bunch of people having to deal with it, especially streamers. We're going to talk about that later, actually, but the main thing I'm talking about here is, what is the point of Call of Duty HQ? Now, if you don't know what Call of Duty HQ is, maybe you haven't played MW2 or Warzone or whatever, you know, you haven't played any of this new, recent Call of Duty stuff. Basically, this is supposed to be just all of these Call of Duty games that they're going to release from this point forward, from Modern Warfare 2 onward, all combined into one. So you have Modern Warfare 2.22, now Modern Warfare 3.23, we have Warzone, DMZ, all of this stuff mashed into one game, right? So on paper, maybe that sounds okay, but in reality, it's not okay. And the reason for it is because A, the goddamn UI is garbage, okay, let's be real. And actually, what am I saying? Well, let's be real. That's a pretty common take right there. UI is trash, and it is. It's pretty goddamn confusing. Especially, I don't know why these game devs keep doing this shit. Like, look at Fortnite too, man. Why are we doing this? Okay, with Fortnite, it kind of makes sense. They're trying to make like these different creative games as like almost like a Roblox type thing where there's a million different games or whatever. It's still the trash UI. I'm tired of them changing these UIs and making them less intuitive, less easy to use. It should be the total opposite. They should be making it easier to use, not more complex and confusing and just annoying to just try to load up whatever game mode you want to play, right? You just cannot do it. Look at Modern Warfare 2.22. I'm trying to find multiplayer. I have to scroll down all these different things, man, and then I click on it, and it's just confusing for no reason, and it's something you just don't get used to for some reason. It's just, I guess because it doesn't make sense, so things that don't make sense you don't get used to that. Maybe if it makes sense, even if it is complex, you will get used to it eventually, but when it's something that doesn't make sense, that just won't happen. But either way, that's not the whole issue with this, okay? That's like a big problem, sure, but it's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is something I found when I was loading up the Modern Warfare 3.23 beta a couple weeks ago, and I just thought that maybe this was something that they were going to have for the beta, so that's like, maybe that's the case still. I don't know, because today the same thing is happening with the early access campaign, and that is, I actually have a question for Activision. Why the fuck do I have to load into Modern Warfare 2.22 or Warzone or whatever you want to call it to then launch Modern Warfare 3.23? Who thought that that was a good idea? Because there's no reason to do this. There's no benefit to the consumer of this. There's no benefit to Activision either, because I'm not gonna fucking buy more skins because of it. I'm not gonna do any of this shit. I don't care. All this does is piss me off, because now I'm wasting time loading into Warzone to then load into the game I actually paid for. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I thought that when they made this Call of Duty HQ thing, that it was gonna be seamless. It was gonna be, you click multiplayer on MW3, so yeah, you launched up Warzone, right? But then you click on MW3 and it instantly just puts you in the game, just like it does with MW2's multiplayer, right? Instantly, seamless, there you go, you're in that game, you're playing that game, you're enjoying that game, right? But that is not the case. That is not the case. It's the exact same thing as if you were launching a whole new, like, for me, I'm on PC, right? So launch a whole nother application, basically. It just doesn't make any sense. Launching Warzone to then launch another application to get into Modern Warfare 3. Like, why? Why are you adding unnecessary steps to this? It doesn't make sense. Let's keep things simple. Can we go back to the days where there was just campaign multiplayer, zombies, or whatever, you know, Spec Ops, whatever the equivalent is for Infinity Ward, right? We just see those, and you go into them, you click whatever one you want, you click play, you're in the game, you're having a great time. That's it. That's it. That's all we need to do. We don't need these thousands of Hulu-looking menus looking like I'm on Netflix right now for no reason whatsoever. I gotta scroll through these horizontal menus. Horizontal menus do not work very well for a game menu. I don't know who at these game devs, or the designers for the game specifically, who needs to hear this, but horizontal menus do not work in games. They just don't. They just don't. Especially with creative class. Like, why is creative class horizontal? Like, just Just keep it simple, man. No one asked for this to be changed. No one asked for it to be changed, okay? Anyways, though, this is a big problem, too, because now, the whole reason they're doing this Call of Duty HQ thing is because Warzone is like their main game nowadays. Let's be completely real. Everything on the multiplayer campaign, all that is just extra content on top of Warzone. Let's be completely honest now. It's sad to say that, but it's true. They don't give a shit about multiplayer as much as they do with Warzone, and it's because it's free to play, of course. But point is, with Modern Warfare 2019, they wanted to do something similar to this, of course, you can tell, but they couldn't have done it because Black Ops Cold War was already being made on an older engine, so they couldn't just have it seamless within Modern Warfare 2019, and I guess by then, just because of Cold War already having the problem, they just didn't bother with it until MW2 came out, so that they can then start fresh when that game comes out, and with Warzone 2 and all that. Either way, though, this is nothing but a downgrade, and I'm sick and tired of it. And just stop doing it, man. Stop doing it. Stop ruining games, making them more complex for no goddamn reason. The next problem with this is the file sizes are just going to increase. This game right now, okay, you might be able to give them a little bit of leeway because of the idea of Modern Warfare 323 is going to have a bunch of MW2 content smashed into one, smashed into MW3, so now there's like 2 games smashed into one. A lot of smashing is going on, apparently. But basically, yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in that game, basically, so maybe you can say that that's okay. And yes, you can uninstall certain packs and stuff like that. You can uninstall multiplayer, you can uninstall campaign, you can uninstall Spec Ops, whatever, right? That's great. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, there's still a base game that you have to download. There's still a base game file, which has a certain amount of assets, because these game modes all share different assets. And I almost guarantee you, as they add more games, this base file is only going to increase over time. It's just going to increase, and you can't uninstall this one because, like I said, it has necessary files to play the game, so it's just going to get bigger and bigger, going to balloon into 250 gigs, 300 gigs. Like, what's going on here? What's going to happen with this, man? Doesn't make much sense. It's going back to the Modern Warfare 2019 days, because with MW2 I was praising them because it was only like 50 gigs for the entire game. That's not the case anymore. That's not the case. It's like over 100 gigs already. So now add Model for 323. I saw a screenshot and it was like 170 gigs. I don't know if that's everything installed. I hope it is, because I don't have 170 gigs on my SSD right now to drop on that. But either way, the last problem, this is a big one here, all right? This is a big one we got to talk about. A bunch of these streamers, all right, that I saw, luckily, like I said, didn't happen to me, but it happened to a bunch of people. But I mean, streamers are the ones that we know of right now, and that is the fact that they would get on the game, people like Dr. Disrespect, XQC, it happened to them, they'd get on the game, and it would either just not launch. Dr. Disrespect, for an example, clicked on the game, and it just would not launch. It just wouldn't launch. It just kept going to that MW3 stupid splash screen, which, by the way, remove that shit. What the fuck is going on, man? I know I clicked on multiplayer, bro. I don't need you to pop up on my screen and say MW2 multiplayer and then make this loud sound right in my face. Stop with that bullshit, bro. Stop with this unnecessary shit. Are you just like gonna be out of a job if you don't add these unnecessary things? Whoever's working on this shit, like, I don't understand. But either way, okay? Dr. Disrespect spent an hour trying to get this game to work. Nothing he could have done to do it. Same for XQC. I mean, he didn't spend an hour, but he was trying to get the game to run, and it would just tell him that he didn't own it already. He'd go to Steam, and it would say that he does in fact own it.
Restart the game. How do you close the game out? Early access. Proceed. Just like that. Boom, Modern Warfare 3. Jump in now. Welcome to the campaign. Early access right now. Jump in, initiating the launch process. Restart the game, and now you can play early access campaign now. Jump in live in front of millions around the world in the campaign early access. You can do it right now. How the f*** do I play the game? How do I play this game? How? You already own this game.
So it's like, if we just had like an executable file, you know, a nice little application on our desktop that we could click on, maybe that wouldn't be a problem, because you would install the game through Steam and you'd click play in Steam and it would take you to that game, not fucking Modern Warfare 2 that we don't want to play because that's from last year, bro. It's just ridiculous. Fix your shit, man. What else to say about this? It's just an absolute joke at this point in time. I just hope that they do something to fix this shit, because right now, this is MW3 23's early access period for the campaign. but I highly doubt it's going to be any different. I'm sure we're still going to have to launch into this game to then launch into MW3, and I can tell you maybe that'll be okay for the first couple days, but that is going to get annoying real fast. Maybe again, if they fix it so that it's a seamless experience, maybe it's not that bad, but right now, it is definitely not a seamless experience, and it's completely the opposite, and I don't like it at all. I don't want to have to launch into one game to launch into another. Stop doing this shit, Activision. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed it, I'd like to be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.